Kinetech was asked if we could make a movie in just 8 months, from script to release, to meet a Halloween break date. This turned out to be possible, and I am really very happy with the end result. However, because of the tight schedule, plenty of movie magic had to be incorporated to finish this in time. In this scene, the lead actress sets a fire in the storeroom of her antique shop that gets out of control. The next scene was her being questioned by the police outside her now burnt shop. A little later, she returns to the now chaotic, half-burnt storeroom to find one antique survived the fire. Both these locations did not exist. The shop was not burnt, nor was the interior of the storeroom. In a shoot with less limited time and budget, I would have probably set this up live with burnt-looking props in the storeroom and a fake burnt skin for the front of the shop. But with a time limitation on both the shoot and the post, I decided to shoot it all live. This is the skinned cover for the shop front, but it would take much too long to set this up full scale during the shoot, and we had no time for any major post effects. So I used a 19-inch miniature, resting on a table in front of the camera. I actually use miniatures more regularly than most people would think. They are often the most cost-effective and practical solution to many special effects requirements. I like to shoot my miniatures in camera rather than a key element, so I can see the frame as a whole before I shoot it, and to use the lights from the shooting floor to spill onto the set during the take. This merges the miniature into the shoot in a much more believable way than lighting them separately. In this scene, I filled the area with flashing red and blue lights to look like it was coming from the emergency vehicles within the shooting area. I did this with aperture infinity bars set to cop car effect. The storeroom was the set used most often during the movie. It was set up looking like this throughout most of the movie. Scrapped wood and disassembled furniture resting up against the walls. This is what it looked like with the lights and camera set to the exposure I wanted. To make it look messy and charred would have needed quite some time to set up, and time was what we didn't have. I simplified the change from neat storeroom to charred storeroom by using miniature walls. The two walls were miniatures placed in front of the camera. This is the original light plot. Let's remove the lighting grid to unclutter the plot. We took out the table and chair and set up the camera where I wanted the shot to be taken from. Then, instead of resetting everything up with full-size burnt props, we placed a miniature left side wall. This covered all the full-size setup and formed the charred, messed up furniture. Then the same on the other wall. The miniature set tapered towards the camera, creating a false perspective that matched the distortion of the actual room. I boosted the lights I was using before we put in the miniature, and it reacted to the light in exactly the same way the full-size set did. A low-tech solution from the days of silent film to make the shooting of a modern film possible.